All right. Here we bloody go. Just gonna let stuff buffer for another 30 seconds. All right. Let's see. Cool. 12 minutes. All right. All right. I'm a little worried, but not too worried. Nervous, but the thing is, I've got a good chance of doing good. So that's all that matters. Figured in the meantime I'd wait and temper my brain by listening to some of these. What's good about anxiety? Simplify? Here we go. This one's good.
This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 2020, How to Be Optimistic During Challenges by Brian Tracy of briantracy.com. And I'm Justin Malik, your personal narrator, reading to you every day, including holidays, from the best blogs or articles I can find. Now let's get right to our next article and continue optimizing your life. How to Be Optimistic During Challenges by Brian Tracy of briantracy.com. We all face challenges now and again, but it is our reaction to those challenges that determine how quickly we can overcome them. There are typically two types of views people have towards challenges: optimistic or pessimistic. While everyone may have a natural tendency to have one view or the other, your ability to be an optimist when challenges arise will impact your overall success and outlook on life. How optimism affects happiness. Although most people tend to focus on their physical health and appearance, mental health is equally, if not more important, a component of your health. This is because your mental health impacts the way you do nearly everything in life. The true measure of mental fitness is how optimistic you are about yourself and your life. To become mentally fit, you need to learn how to control your thinking in very specific ways so that you feel terrific about yourself and your situation no matter what happens. So here are a few tips to remain positive, overcome challenges, and attract success in life. 5 ways to be an optimist during challenges. Number 1, control your reactions and responses. There are a few basic differences in the reactions of optimists and pessimists. The first difference is that the optimist sees a setback as temporary, while the pessimist sees it as permanent. The optimist sees an unfortunate event, such as an order that falls through or a sales call that fails, as a temporary event, something that is limited in time and that has no real impact on the future. The pessimist, on the other hand, sees negative events as permanent, as part of life and destiny. So when you find yourself in this situation, take a moment to really reflect on the challenge before you react. Try to visualize the next step towards improvement rather than responding to the setbacks that you have no control over. Do not let one negative event impact the other aspects of your life and the challenges that you face. Number 2, isolate the incident. Another difference between the optimist and the pessimist is that the optimist sees difficulties as a singular event, while the pessimist sees them as universal. This means that when things go wrong for the optimist, he or she looks at the event as an isolated incident, largely disconnected from other things that are going on in their life. A pessimist will take the incident and add it to a laundry list of other things going on in their life. They have a largely negative outlook on everything and tend to expand the stress they feel towards one issue onto other unrelated areas of their life. So to remain positive, try to remind yourself that just because you are facing a setback in one area, whether that be a project at work falling behind or not hitting a milestone set, does not mean that the entire goal is obsolete. You may simply need to modify your plan. A single setback may seem big at the moment, but in reality, you can quickly overcome most setbacks with the right outlook. Isolating the incident allows you to take the setback in stride and then move on from it. Number 3, view setbacks as temporary events. For example, if something you were counting on failed to materialize and you interpreted it to yourself as being an unfortunate event, but something that happens in the course of life and business, you'd be reacting like an optimist. The pessimist, on the other hand, sees disappointments as being pervasive. That is, to him, they're indications of a problem or shortcoming that pervades every area of life. If you find yourself in this situation, take a moment to remind yourself you are always capable of making change and nothing is set in stone. A glass half full mentality leads an optimist to believe that something better is coming, giving them something to work for. A pessimist gives up, letting a single setback affect the other areas of their life. This can cause a negative ripple effect on your life, while the optimist stays motivated in any situation. Number 4, don't take failure personally. It can be extremely difficult at times to see the positive side of failure. An optimist sees events as external, while pessimists interpret events as personal. When things go wrong, the optimist will tend to see the setback as resulting from external factors over which one has little control. An optimist tries not to take the situation personally. Although failure is not something anyone wants to deal with, the optimist uses it as a learning opportunity. If the optimist is cut off in traffic, for example, instead of getting angry or upset, he'll simply downgrade the importance of the event by saying something like, "Oh well, I guess that person is just having a bad day." The optimist doesn't think they were cut off because the person had malicious intentions against them. The pessimist, on the other hand, has a tendency to take everything personally. If the pessimist is cut off in traffic, he or she will react as though the other driver has deliberately acted to upset and frustrate them. Looking at the bigger picture allows you to act calmly and work through any situation as the optimist did in this example. In fact, you can even go further and turn any negative situation into a positive one. By allowing the person to cut you off, you may have helped them get to work on time or meet a deadline. Remember that the inevitable setbacks that you face are temporary, specific, and external. View the negative situation as a single event that is not connected to other potential events and that is caused largely by external factors over which you can have little control. Simply refuse to see the event as being in any way permanent, pervasive, or indicative of personal incompetence or inability. Resolve to think like an optimist no matter what happens. You may not be able to control events, but you can control the way you react to them. The earlier you learn this, the happier you will be in life. And number 5, remain calm and objective. An individual who is truly an optimist has the ability to be both objective and unemotional when caught up in the inevitable storms of daily life. This person has the ability to continue talking to themselves in a positive and optimistic way no matter what is happening in their life. This allows them to keep their mind calm, clear, and completely under control despite...
Note that is, you're talking to yourself positively, but remaining unemotional at the same time. It's a very unnatural, that doesn't come normally to a human. You have to, that doesn't come normally to any creature. You have to actively engage in that. You have to actually choose to do that. So the idea of it would initially come off as potentially too hard or something to avoid because you're not you've got no experience in that area. And then once you do it once, then you're like, okay, that worked. And then you do it a second time, you're like, okay, that worked. You do it a third time, you're like, I'm going to have to keep doing this. It's just a very unnatural phenomenon.
Despite the external circumstances. As this individual is more relaxed and aware, they are much more capable of interpreting events more efficiently. So when an optimist is met with a challenge or area of stress, they are much better equipped to overcome it. They're able to stay in complete control, act proactively, and not let external forces cloud their judgment. On the other hand, a pessimist may get caught up in their emotions, leading them to get angry, upset, and distracted. This leads to them handling problems poorly, thinking irrationally, and making things harder than they really have to be by acting reactively instead of proactively. If you feel overwhelmed or like your blood is boiling, practice being calm in these situations. Although easier said than done, staying calm and thinking positively can change your life. Become more optimistic. Now that you have these 5 steps to guide you, you can begin to put these ideas to work in your everyday life. Remember that setbacks are temporary, external, and whenever things go wrong, they are usually caused by a variety of external events. Say to yourself, what can't be cured must be endured, and then get back to thinking about your goals.
Okay. Good shit.
This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 2175, Mindful Self-Management Strategies, How to Regulate Your Emotions in an Increasingly Complex and Chaotic World, by Kylie Lassard of ablueskymind.com. And I'm Justin Malik, reading you articles or sometimes book excerpts like yesterday. It's always with that. Let's get right to it. Mindful Self-Management Strategies, How to Regulate and Chaotic World, by Kylie Lassard of ablueskymind.com. I'm now 2 months into a certification program through New York University called the Inner MBA, a 9-month immersion program focused on helping aspiring business leaders cultivate the inner skills needed to manage and succeed in an increasingly complex work world.
If this doesn't conclude in a satisfactory way, by the time that the theme is announced, I'm still going to come back and listen to it.
The emphasis is, blessedly, on conscious and ethical business practices and positions working as a potential force for good in the world. I've been so looking forward to this program starting and the opportunity to share what I'm learning with my readers here. The first lesson that really stood out to me that offered practical advice that I started using immediately and to great benefit is the following on mindful self-management strategies. Introducing mindful self-management. I listened to Professor Jeremy Hunter's talk on mindful self-management during a particularly miserable week for me. I just come out on the other side of Outside Lands weekend with both incredibly fun memories and a devastating double whammy of a cold plus sinus infection. I'd already been sick for a week and a half, and my depressed brain was starting to feel like I'd never get better. I couldn't do much, but I knew I could watch a few of my Inner MBA classes and it would likely even lift my spirits.
There's a lot of setup. There was a lot of setup. I'm sure there's a payoff, otherwise I wouldn't have saved it to Notion. Yeah, I'll leave that up for now. I'll look at the theme. I probably shouldn't. The perfect thing to do in this scenario is not to look at the theme yet. It would be to rather listen to the rest of this first through here, and then to look at the theme, because I'm going to be distracted as soon as I reload this page. Alright, is Thomas online? No? Alright, cool. My composer is not online, but it's alright. He'll call me whenever he needs to. He doesn't need to do too much work anyway. I only reckon 2 songs will be heaps. What we got? What we got? What is it? Tell me. Yeah, tell me. Yeah. Yeah. Beat. News. I think you have to go to the Twitter. Delay the inevitable. Okay. Yep, that's something I can very easily put out of my brain right now. I will delay it. Delay the inevitable. Okay. Let's go back to this for a bit.
It couldn't have been a better time to stumble upon the concept of mindful self-management. There were so many parts of Professor Hunter's talk that made me pause and type "wow" into my notes. The foundational concepts he outlines is so simple, yet so powerful and easy to forget. We live in a distracting world with many things vying for attention at all times.
Talk about distracting. My composer just came on. We'll probably chuck him a call, I reckon. We'll get back to this. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Because I gotta... You know what? Yeah, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied for now. That's alright. That's okay. Let's go to here. So, delay the inevitable. I did ideas for every single potential theme. Let's have a look at delay the inevitable. Okay. Yeah, this one was one of the more simpler ones. So the benefit of this theme for the ideas that I came up with was that there's nothing particularly difficult. Honestly, I'm gonna get to spend plenty of time focusing on quality of life and polish. So that's a good thing. Like, I'll get to go back to this, I assume. Which is a good thing. So the narrative isn't going to be anything crazy. I don't think narrative is like a scoring category anyway, so... No, I feel it should be, because narrative can be extremely good. Like, there's a mood thing. I'll let him call me. That's not too crazy at all. I'll just grab all this. Man, I like that the glove is keeping my hand warm. I do not like the lack of dexterity, but that's alright. So let's just slam that there for now. Okay, so... actually I should... How should I handle this? Put things in weird places. That's alright, I can double up stuff. I think. You can take up the glove for now while I'm concentrating. Watch out, the gloves are coming off! Alright. I'll grab all of this. Bring it back into here. Cool. Okay. So, banana, fruit. We'll do like fruit environment. No, the layout. Sorry. Layout's different. All textures. Oh wait. Oh yeah, zombie bananas. I was like, for a second I was like, what are the enemies? Zombie banana. monster. I don't know, SCP-esque boy. Yeah, good enough. Cool. I'm not sure how I feel about the banana having little health. Maybe it's fine. I like that it's a banana that's pleading with you to leave. That's amazing. Oh, it won't be too bad. Yellows. And so on. Oh, is offline. Assuming he'll pop on at 3 PM or whatever. There's a chance he has bad internet because he's out, my composer's out doing like chores in the middle of the country, so. I'm surprised this one got picked. Because there were some very tasty ones. That wasn't a sigh of upsetness. It was a sigh of like relieving the stress that's inside. The stress over nothing. Yeah, I thought I spelled that wrong. Well, I've got like no pointers for Thomas. I guess what would I tell him? I don't know. Banana music? What's banana music? I suppose I'll just tell him the idea of the game, and then he can be like, alright, I'll make something based on that. Fruit world. Banana people. All people are bananas. Your friend is dying and can't move. Your banana friend is dying and can't move. Zombie bananas are coming to yuck your banana friends. No. Friend. very silly, but is very seriously pleading with you to leave him to die. Of the game. Voice acted. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Man. I hate that I don't have a fully insulated room. It's fucking... For this shit, it's the worst problem. Like... This project, out of all the problems that are problems, it's the one right at the top, and it's very big, and it makes everything else look very small. It's a good thing that that is the extent of the problem. That is for sure. Might be fixed by October, but I am not keeping my fingers crossed. No, sir. Could also be worse by October. Yes. Okay. What would come out of a banana? More bananas? It's a banana. Oh, wait, hang on. Hang on. Let us. Cherries. Yeah? Yeah. Think. Yeah. Cherry pellets. That makes sense to me. What would a banana bleed? Banana gook. I can crunch that out like straight a fucking way. So that one's good. I'll probably do that soon. Menu sound, I can crunch that out. Palette. That would actually take longer. I've got an idea in my head. Let's start on that. To make it more banana themed, or? No, don't worry about it. I'm thinking, for the sake of, pacing. familiarity. Something like this. So, thanks CPU. So you start off, thank you CPU. You start off around here. It's kind of a flat open. The actual level though, you know what? Actual level. It's far up here. You've got two enemy spawn points and everything filters into here where your friend is. You start off here, everything's peaceful, and you're like, what's going on? This is a funny, funky place. You're hearing the music, it's a fade in from black, it's all very artsy. You walk in straight because there's no... you could look around, that's a choice. You could look around and be like, okay, there's nothing here, but there is stuff over there, so you like walk over here. Maybe someone would go as far as to explore up here and up there and be like, well, these are like just places to go. And they can see that like, obviously there's one thing over here and it's a dying dude, and you go up to him, you talk to him, and then he's like, ah, crap. Oh my goodness, what are you doing? And then these guys start piling in and you're like, whoa! And then you've got all this space to muck around in. I like that. I think it's good. I think for the most part I'll keep all of this flat, and these will be like descending. I think that's good. Because they're physics-based enemies as well. You know what? Maybe one should be like wide or something. I think that's fine. That's good enough for now. Yep. Doubling up the NPC with a base too, that's a good thing. Then I don't have to think about creating a base graphic or whatever the hell. Bullet trails. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Gonna be kind of interesting. Coming up with the ice cream. Maybe oh, of course, like wafer walls. I like that. Everyone likes wafers. You know what I should be looking at for this? Should be looking at Mario Odyssey food level. Maybe not. I take it back. This doesn't look that good. What I was thinking of in my head looks a lot more better. The palette is probably the biggest problem with this. Like, it's okay, but gosh, it could be better. Oy. Yeah, okay, I can't learn as much as I wanted to learn from this. Alright, I take it back. You know what I should be looking at? Mario Party cake level. Because that had some amazing stuff in it. Look at it. Yeah. Like zoomies? No zoomies? Even if it's just like gameplay. I like the idea of random fruit as shrubs. Berries, rather. God, look at that texture. Yum. I could make something like that too, if I really wanted to put in the effort for it. Alright. I will be right back, I think. Where are we? Right, wafer wall. Yeah, I think that's fine. Like, I'm pretty sure I can do something interesting with wafers. I didn't delete this accidentally, did I? Oh. So these would have no, what's it called? No hitboxes, no function. They're just there to make the environment look more interesting. Now what, instead of wafer walls, we'll go with wafer fences. So it's something you could put in between wafers. Wafer dessert. You know what I should be looking at? I've been saying that phrase a lot. No. Should be looking at the fences on this shit. Yeah. I think this is a really good thing to look at, basing it on the geometry and shit. I'm pretty happy with it, at least. I think. Okay, wafer fence. I'll just say that. What am I thinking? Environment. Palette. Should the palette have its own? Yeah. I think I only need 2 pallets. I think. If there's only sprites for your weapon, enemy, pallets, NPC, walls, wall textures rather, ground textures, surely 2 pallets is heaps. Surely. Yeah. Or should I go with 8 colors of 2 pallets? A ramp, rather. Should I go with 8 colors of 1 ramp that splits into 2? Or should I go with maybe a ramp that has 8 and 4? I'll say 8 and 4 for now. So but which one would be 8? I think the Zom cherry should be 4. The banana should be 4. You know what? Banana goes with the environment. That makes more sense. Banana. Environment. And then this can be 8. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, cool. That's gonna be fun. Well, I've already conceptualized the dialogue, I suppose. Oh. Not yet. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, I gotta do the pallet before I can do that. Level shape art. I mean, honestly, this is just going to be a circle. I do that immediately. No, I can't. Just to go after that. Do this later. Gunshot noise. Should I make wafer ground as well? Or just wafer fence? Sure, why not? There's a lot I can do with that. Oh no, what's happening? No, give me my mouse back. Thank you. Goodness. Okay. No, what's happening? Don't. The hell is happening? Computer, please. What? You seeing this? You are seeing this. Okay. I don't have my access to my computer for a sec, I guess. I hope this isn't the start of the first restart. Oh no. No? No. What is going on? Get out of here. Yep, everything else is happy, so... Cool. Alright, cherry... Did I say wafer fence? Yeah. Textures. Zombie, banana, monster, ba-ba-da-ba-da. Very cool. Well, before I bother seeing if Michael wants to make anything, I will determine the palette, because that'll be easy. We'll do that with this. Come back to that in a sec. Just want to look at this as hard as possible. Gunshot noise replacement. Stitch everything together. Overlay. Pops up. Press E. Yes. I think that does belong in there. Important. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Alright, it's been 3/4 of an hour and almost the entire game has been designed. It's more now I'm looking at polish. Like the actual game itself has been designed, which is good. Wait, how high does that go? Okay. There you go, that might be a little less distracting. So, yeah, the game has been designed. 45 minutes, the whole thing. You know, to see like how much can actually be pulled off. Animations, yeah. Yeah. And then return to that. Tuesday later. Yep. Yeah. Chord. Oh yeah, okay. Helpers. And team. Picture up. Yeah. Only have Tuesday. Okay. Alright. You know what? I'm happy enough to well, that was a good 45 minutes. We've got a game. Well, a game design. So yeah, that only took 45 minutes. That's really good. Yeah, I'll hop back to what we were listening to before, and then we'll just finish this and then we'll get back to work. I am interested to hear this.
This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 2175, Mindful Self-Management Strategies, How to Regulate Your Emotions in an Increasingly Complex, so simple, yet so powerful and easy to forget. We live in a distracting world with many things vying for our attention at all times. The news, our phones, our emails, social media, our WFH partners. All of these distractions vie for a piece of your attention, and where attention goes, energy flows. Self-management in the modern world is all about managing the flow of your attention and the way your nervous system responds to the flow of your attention. What is self-management? This was a concept I could grasp intuitively. I describe self-management as an individual's ability to manage their emotions in a way that helps them accomplish their goals. Better Up, the professional coaching app, further defines self-management as, quote, our ability to manage our behaviors, thoughts, and emotions in a conscious and productive way, end quote. The following quote was also helpful for understanding the relationship between self-management and EQ, self-awareness, and self-regulation. Quote, This self-management definition has its roots in emotional intelligence theory, where this capability may also be referred to as self-regulation. Self-regulation is supported by our capacity for self-awareness, which helps us create conscious access to our thoughts, desires, and feelings, end quote. Something else I found interesting when researching this subject, the number one hit on Google for self-management strategies is from a social emotional learning program for children, similar to what Martin Blank, a practicing positive psychologist who I recently interviewed for the blog, has created. It's been so cool for me to see how the disparate pieces of positive psychology and the science of flourishing come together across my various studies and conversations. Back to the inner MBA lesson, according to Professor Hunter, understanding the nervous system requires an understanding of a few core concepts and equations. Emotions equals energy plus information. Struggle equals pain over acceptance. And struggle equals pain times resistance. Your nervous system regulates your emotions by helping regulate the energy you bring to new information. Your nervous system dictates how much you struggle by bringing either accepting or resisting energy to pain that arises. Information and pain are often outside of our control, or inputs we're forced to deal with in an increasingly complex and fast-paced world. Those who are best equipped to meet the challenges of the modern world must rely on sophisticated nervous system management to regulate their emotions and mitigate the constant sources of pain and struggle. One example Professor Hunter brought up that resonated with me, and likely many others, is how we see the struggle equation play out in the last 1.5 years of COVID. So many people find themselves asking, when will this be over? This can be seen as a form of resistance to the pain of living in a prolonged pandemic state, which amplifies your own perception of struggle in the situation. A better question is to be asking, how can I make the most of the current situation, which is out of my control to change? For some of us, the right answer to that question is to move to Hawaii. Nervous system energy zones. Another useful categorization mechanism Professor Hunter introduces is the concept of the green, black, and red zones when it comes to the nervous system, which can be used to describe the energy you're bringing to the information coming your way. Green zone, flourishing, characterized by sleeping well, feeling energized, relaxed, confident, open, humorous, patient, safe, spacious, engaged. Black zone, shut down, characterized by avoidance, giving up, depression, sadness, poor digestion. And red zone, chaos, characterized by worry, panic, blame, impatience, impulsiveness, short term. In one of my lessons, the professor asks us to track how often we find ourselves in each zone in our daily lives. A typical day for me, especially as it gets darker earlier, looks like this. Wake up in green zone, blip into red zone during work, back to green, dip into black zone after work, back to green for bed. Try doing it for yourself to grow your own self-awareness. Living more of our lives in the green zone helps us to mobilize more sophisticated responses to the complexity of the world, while living more of our lives in the black or red zones is energetically costly and will cause all kinds of mental and physical wear and tear, including making you look and feel much older than you actually are. Yikes. Self-management strategies. So, how do we go about spending more time in the green zone? The answer seems to lie in greater self-knowledge in the mind and more breath in the body. Number 1, meditation. Professor Hunter shared that the Tibetan word for meditation means to familiarize, which blew my mind with its resonance for my personal experience. Meditating allows me to slow down and look inward to such a degree that every time I do it, I become more familiar with myself, my thoughts, fears, emotions, goals. If I'm able to clear my mind and sink deep enough into a meditative state, the thoughts that bubble up past the calm are usually the ones I most need to pay attention to and work through. Number 2, cold showers. These can do wonders for your heart rate and breathing, so Hunter recommends slowly turning the shower from hot to cold at the end and increasing your length of exposure each time. Number 3, heal your past traumas. This is a big one. If you have experienced real trauma in life, take your own experiences seriously and work with a therapist to start healing from these experiences. And number 4, self-dialogue. Bookmark this practice because you'll be able to use this template every day of your life. When faced with a negative emotion, work through the following. Acknowledge what you're experiencing inside, accept your inner experience, and redirect attention to what nourishes you. Mindful self-management in everyday life. I used the self-dialogue strategy liberally while sick, and I could feel it helping lessen my resistance to the situation, which in turn decreased my suffering. Each day that the horrifying can't be seen in public cough would keep me confined to the house and couch once again, I'd, number 1, acknowledge the disappointment and discomfort of being physically unwell, as well as the anxiety and pressure that's present when I can't operate at 100% at work. Number 2,
another thing too about when you get sick is if you just be like, all right, my body is in a state where it's feeling pretty bad about itself, and it's looking for attention, and it wants to heal in a rested state. It doesn't want to continue with all the habits that you've worked into. You don't have to give in to that. You can just be like, all right, well, I'm going to punch out some cardio instead. And then the body will generally be like, all right, we'll just produce more medicating boys then. But you're going to have to make sure that you provide us, being the body, with enough nutrients to do that. And then you're back on top. Seriously, you get sick, just ignore it, just keep going, and you'll stop being sick. Depends on the sickness, but on general sicknesses, like a snotty nose in the morning, just do some cardio.
Accept these inner experiences, silently whispering, you make sense, you belong, to each feeling. And number 3, redirect attention by making cup after cup of honey lemon tea, keeping up my daily meditations, and binge watching Nancy Drew on HBO, i.e. What Nourishes Me. And you can do this too. Whether in the middle of the workday or in a conversation with your best friend or partner, the opportunity for mindful self-management shows up in all that we do. If done correctly, we'll stay in the green zone longer and more often, and continue to meet challenges that arise with grace and calm.
Cool. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's... Oops. I really hope I get to this point, because that means I've actually time things correctly. All right, let's fill up these 6 hours up to 7 p.m. and I'll have been awake for 8 to 7, 12 hours. At that point, I think 7 p.m. I might aim to hop off, eat a bunch of food, and then hibernate for 6 hours or 8 hours, 7 hours, and then yeah, I think that's the plan. I like the sound of that. Should have a break too. 4:30, 5:30, 6:30. Alright. New tea mug. Snack. Menu sound replacement, sure. We'll go with chiptune. We'll just do that, that's fast. Oh, who's this? Who's this lurking in the fucking... That's the words for it, right? Who's this stinky boy? You're here to watch me get first place, I see. Tea mug, snack. Menu, placement, yeah. Cherry no, palette. Cherry Sprite. I think that'll only cost half an hour. The menu buttons I'm kind of worried about. Jump noises? I don't want to do jump noises yet. Not in the mood for that. Gunshot noise. I'll try all gunshot noises. Level, stitch everything together, overlay. Okay. It's just pretty much art for all of this, though. Well, you came at a stinky time, that's for sure, because I'm just about to go and get some tea and a snack, and then I'll be right back. Well, that could be a hot 5 minutes, who knows. I'll leave you with my current to-do list. Actually, I'll just grab this real quick. Where is it? Hopefully this works. Hey, look at that. Super ugly, I love it. Oh, hey, got it.